What's up, Meta Nerds? This video is going to be about all the weapons we saw in The Last Jedi. Starting off, we have Finn's blaster pistol, which is a Glee 44 blaster, which served as the standard issue sidearm for the Resistance. And we actually see this sidearm used by many different characters throughout the film. The EL-16 HFE blaster rifle was used by both the New Republic and the Resistance, and seems to be their standard issue rifle. Keeping with this theme, let's look at the SE-44C Officer's Blaster Pistol, which, as the name suggests, was the standard issue blaster for officers in the First Order, and this was the blaster worn by Finn and Rose when they had to go undercover. We got to see a classic in the form of General Leia Organa's blaster, which is a defense sporting blaster pistol, a line of blasters that was popular amongst nobility, and was often used in honor duels. And Leia's blaster was made by the Drurian Defense Conglomerate, also known as the DDC, and they are the same company that produced Holdo's blaster, which was the DDC Defender 5, a sporting blaster that was most popular amongst the Gatalantan nobility. No new lightsabers, but of course we had Kylo Ren's, and Anakin, Luke, Rey's lightsaber, and Rey's staff, which I hope gets turned into either a double-bladed lightsaber or a lightsaber lance. Let's go over those weapons used by the Praetorian Guard, which were each very unique weapons, including the Electro Bicento, the Vibro Vogue, twin Vibro Arbor blades, and the Bellari Electro Chain Whip, which could be used as a staff or as a conventional whip. These three bladed weapons all contain an ultrasonic generator, which would vibrate the blade at a very high frequency, making a sort of back and forth sawing motion, which when combined with your normal strikes, made them even more deadly. And for protection from lightsabers, they each contained electroplasma energy, which were fired out along the blades of these weapons, and contained inside of the Electro Whip. And speaking of electro weapons, we saw the Electro Shock Prod, used by Rose Tico to stop deserters, and it was powerful enough to knock somebody off their feet and send them flying through the air. Even when you awoke from unconsciousness, you would be unable to move your body, and apparently, wouldn't be able to feel your teeth. Next up is a hunting weapon, the spearfishing pole used by Luke Skywalker, something he picked up on his travels to an ocean world named Luel. A spear that, because of its enormous length, was used to teach a lesson that some things, like the Force, cannot be controlled, but must be allowed to guide you. Next up, we have the weapons of the Canto Bight Police. Their sidearm blaster pistol was the Relby K-25, which also came in this heavy configuration, slapping on this extra barrel, which both made it more accurate and more powerful, and also came with this scope. This same blaster could also be put into a rifle configuration, which then slapped on a stock, which contained extra ammunition, and could have this glow rod, the Star Wars equivalent of a flashlight, attached to the barrel. The First Order Stormtroopers had the F-11D, FWMB-10, and the new weapon, the Laser Axe, used for public decapitations, carried out by the Execution Troopers. And we saw the return of Captain Phasma, along with her F-11D and SE-44C, both of which were covered in chromium, the same material that makes up her armor. But we also saw her use her Quicksilver Baton. This was actually made of a complex micro-mesh material, so although it looks like a solid metal rod, it could actually collapse in on itself, going from this baton size to this long spear. And the Z6 Riot Baton also returned, along with the Blastech DT-15 blaster pistol, another blaster pistol used by the Resistance, of course Chewbacca's bowcaster, and this unnamed holdout blaster, which was being carried by the woman called Lovely, who is actually studying the Master Codebreaker, hoping to take his place. This blaster is specially designed so that it can be snuck into casinos and get past all of their sensors. So that's it for all the weapons seen during The Last Jedi. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you want to check out our social media, or ways that you can help support this channel, be sure to check out the description down below. If you want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications. But more important than all that, remember, having cool weapons won't prevent your character from being a big disappointment, and the Force will be with you, always.